Only 3 games around the National on Monday, but plenty of storylines to follow. Welcome into On the Fly. I'm Alexa Landestoy. Mike Johnson will join me shortly. We begin our look around the league at Madison Square Garden. Well, 2 teams desperate for a win go head-to-head. The Rangers have dropped 7 of their last 9 games and have allowed 38 goals during that span. Well, getting Igor Shesterkin back in net helped turn things around. And for Chicago, they're looking to stop the skid at 5 and get their interim head coach, Anders Sorensen, his first win. Who will come out victorious? Let's get you to the highlights.
Oh, baby! For Igor Shesterkin, father time is game time. Well, one day after his wife gave birth to their second child, Igor Shesterkin is back to work tonight. And boy, is he ready, because he has that newly minted contract that made him the highest paid goaltender in the history of the NHL. Shesterkin carries the fortunes for a Ranger response to the ice tonight against a group of Chicago Blackhawks, a desperate team across the ice tonight.
Played by Schneider. That was broken up. Taylor Hall with a setup and a save on Bedard. Big save by Shesterkin.
Oh, great save.
Great chance for Connor Bedard.
He'll give chase. Zibanejad back first. Hall steals behind the net. Cuts out the other side. Hall puts it in front. Here's Bertuzzi. Scores! Connor Bertuzzi on a setup by Hall. And the Hawks score first for the 17th time this season.
Beautiful pass right there to Bertuzzi, and he makes the Rangers pay. Incredible start here.
First power play of the game for Chicago.
Rangers move out with it. Sam Carrick moves in with Keandre Miller. In front, stick to side. Rebound, score! Will Cooley with a short-handed goal. Ties it for the Rangers. That would be his first short-handed goal in the NHL. Feeling good about themselves. Game tied 1-1, end of the first.
Like I said, the Rangers for the power play. Down low, Zibanejad. Plays it across. Panarin! Stopped by Soderblom. Got a piece of that with the left pad.
Got out with his left leg. I think it just hit the inside of his left leg. Heck of a save there on Panarin.
Braden Schneider. Keandre Miller. Stolen by Dickinson.
What a
Makes
play.
a nice pass. 2-on-1. Bedard with Hall. Connor Bedard. Hall cuts in. Scores! Taylor Hall. What a game. Is he having or what? And a beauty. Makes it 2-1 Chicago.
He was deacon and he was diving. Oh, it was Shesterkin that knocked it in.
A tough break. Fox pass down low. Shot saved by Soderblom on Panarin. Panarin's had some good chances in the game. Soderblom has come up big. The Blackhawks will take a 2-1 lead into the third period. Check there by Hall. Here's a breakaway for Donato. Moves in. And a save by Shesterkin. Oh, is that huge?
That save right there keeps the Rangers in this.
Zibanejad had to go past him. Clearing attempt, stop. Shot by Panarin, blocked by Murphy. Another shot saved. Kreider's shot was stopped, but Rangers run out of time.
And the Hawks are in a well-deserved 2-1 win. First ever victory for the new head coach in the National Hockey League. Anders Sorensen becomes the first ever Swedish head coach in NHL history to win a game.
And it's another tough night for the Rangers, who fall in regulation for the 8th time in the last 10 games and finish their homestand with back-to-back losses. New York started the season 12-4-1 before this rough patch, and things won't get much easier as 9 of the Rangers' next 12 games will be played on the road. As we welcome in Mike Johnson to On the Fly. And Mike, we'll get to New York in just a moment, but let's start with Chicago. Taylor Hall's goal in the second was the difference. We're back to vintage Taylor Hall with that one.
That was, and we'll start on the positive for Chicago.
Love it.
Wins have been hard to come by, and goals and points have been hard to come by for the former MVP and Taylor Hall. And you remember, he's still trying to work back to full health and full comfort, but he's got to be a guy that helps Connor Bedard with the supplemental offense in Chicago. He's got to be able to produce, not at those levels of 30 goals and 100 points, but 25 goals and 65 points. He still has that kind of talent, and he was skating beautifully against the New York Rangers, and that has always been Taylor Hall's greatest asset. When he flies around the ice, when he's almost a little reckless the way he goes to the net and crashing the boards and crashing the post, whatever it may be, that's when he's playing his best. And he was really good not only with that goal, but also having the puck on a stick, good vision, setting up players in the offensive zone for chances, including Bertuzzi on his goal. So, yes, Taylor Hall, more of that, more confidence, more health. more good playing, and that'll help Chicago very much.
More good vibes.
More good
interim
vibs
head
for
coach
Halsey.
getting his first win behind the bench, so they're all happy in the dressing room. Not very happy on the other side of things. When you looked at the schedule for New York, you would think, okay, the back-to-back, you see the Kraken, then you see Chicago, thinking these are must-win, easy games. But unfortunately, it's the XX right
No,
now.
you're exactly right. Given all that's happened with New York in the last week or so, and the Jacob Trouba departure and all of that entails, to think that, you know what, get a couple wins, calm the waters, everyone feel a bit better about themselves, get back on track, move forward without the captain, and continue pushing through the season. That's not the case at all. The game against Seattle was a disaster, giving up 7 to the Seattle Kraken. And you think, well, okay, Chicago, they're the worst team in the league. We can push them to play an uncomfortable way. They weren't able to. The fact they have 2 wins in the last 10 games, just 2 wins, no overtime games at all, 8 regulation losses is a whole bunch. The goals against have been a problem. The defensive play has been a problem. Shesterkin and Quick have gotten a little bit more human than they were earlier in the year, not cleaning up so many mistakes for the New York Rangers. So just when you thought there would be a moment for New York to take a breath, just kind of calm the storm that's going on around them, it's going to get even harder, even louder, to the point where Chicago, leading after 2 periods, you think, okay, New York's going to make a push. Like, they're clearly going to make a push, playing the offensive zone. No, Chicago outshot New York 10-7 in the 3rd period. The Rangers really couldn't put the Blackhawks under any duress. That tells you a team that doesn't have a lot of confidence, not sure of themselves, not playing very inspired, very emotional. It was a flat game in a game you were hoping would not be flat. So back to the drawing board for the Rangers, and every mounting loss, the tension gets that much higher.
Yeah, I was hoping that Shorty would boost them going forward, but did not boost them at MSG. The road is tough, but the Rangers will look to only go up from here. Well, coming up next here on The Fly, Tage Thompson seems to really enjoy playing the Red Wings, and Monday was no different. He was all over the ice in this one for Buffalo. Highlights when we return.
Forth they go. Crowd on their feet. Game nights start with NHL Tonight, only on NHL Network.
Uncommon Goods takes your thoughtful thoughts and turns them into brilliant gift ideas. A magic light, an entire light show, a fireside chat, a special snowflake. Anyway, you get the idea. The brilliant one. Shop brilliantly at uncommongoods.com.
That moment you walk in the office and people are wearing the same gear, you feel a sense of connectedness and belonging right away. And our shirts from Custom Ink help bring us together.
We make it easy to wow all your groups with high-quality custom apparel and promo products, all backed by our guarantee at customink.com.
This Christmas, give the gift that gives back all season long with the outdoor cooking fun and flavor that's better on a Blackstone. Join more than 12 million Blackstone users who know you can cook anything, anytime, anywhere with an endless variety of your favorite foods for every breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Go to your nearest retailer or blackstoneproducts.com for the best deals of the season and make everything better on a Blackstone.
Brian Johnson quickly getting that puck up to the blue line. That will be the message that was delivered as he makes his first appearance of this year. Benson down the right wing, rips one. Number 9 opens the scoring in the first period.
Larkin ties him up, loose puck for DeBrincat. Larkin got it to DeBrincat right to the front of the net.
Oh.
He scores!
What a play.
A beautiful goal. Alex DeBrincat stays red hot. His 12th to tie Dylan Larkin for the team lead.
DeBrincat made a nice backhand to tie this game.
Side it right to the middle. Feeds it off, back in front of the goal. They score! Poppy got a piece of that one. Or off a Sabres, Confer threw it in front, and the Red Wings in the lead, 2-1.
It's been a while.
His first in 16.
Quickly played up to center. Tage Thompson, great pass, cross ice, good speed. Back to Thompson, scores! Zucker finds Thompson. Sabres tie the game at 2. Getting to the bench now is Reimer for the extra skater. Bringing it back out. Edge of the circle, shot, score! Zucker with the shot on the left side of the ice, and it's a 3-2 Buffalo lead.
Sebastian Cossa with the 15th overall pick from the 2021 draft will make his NHL debut.
Here it is for Raymond. He scores!
Bingo!
Perfect timing!
What a
tied 3-3. Lucas Raymond!
Boy, Buffalo played this very poorly defensively. Reimer's mad at himself that he didn't stop this shot. It was a heck of a shot.
Power from the corner all the way up top with it. Power sends it to the net with a jump rebound. Scores! Abe Kubel to the net for the rebound. And the Buffalo Sabres get their lead back.
Here's Owen Power just doing a nice job on the top side. He's going to fire this one through. There's the save, but the rebound.
McLeod on his own at the line. Gains the zone for Zucker, getting underneath. Shot, scores! Zucker's second of the game. 5-3 Buffalo.
Ryan McLeod. Ryan's just buying time because he sees Zucker coming with speed. He just feeds him to the outside.
And here's Tarasenko back to Petrie. Pulls one Sabre down and obey Kubel. Sherrod, save made. Rebound, they score! It's a one-goal game again. He's got 2 goals, Andrew Copp. He makes it another one-goal game. What else is due for Detroit? They've been in plenty of them, trying to come out on the right side of one tonight. Able to find Raymond. Seider, score!
Oh boy.
Moritz Seider in Buffalo, where he scored his first game winner. He's got the tying goal here tonight with 4:18 to play. It's 5-5. This game's going to go to overtime.
And then McLeod steals with a partial break. McLeod dinks on the post. Oh my. Everybody was out of their seats here thinking the Sabres had it. And we are going to a shootout.
The Red Wings the lead.
He did
And
it.
he does.
He did it.
Dylan Larkin beats Reimer.
And he gets the puck.
The Red Wings win it. He gets the puck for
Kosa.
Sebastian Kosa as the Red Wings win it. 6-5 the final.
The Red Wings battle back from a 2-goal third-period deficit to take down the Sabres in a shootout. Lucas Raymond assisted on Mo Seider's game-tying goal late in the third and converted in the shootout to help Detroit get across the finish line. Raymond notched his 51st career multi-point game, tied for 5th most among Red Wings before turning 23. Now, Mike, what a comeback it was by the Detroit Red Wings. They looked down and out heading down the tunnel for the third, but came out to play in the final 20.
These were two teams both seemingly on the brink of bad things happening. They're sort of teetering on big changes or really frustrating moments, or perhaps GM's taking a look at the team and the makeup and all of that. And so something had to give, and you're Detroit, not play a great game. You're down to, it's going to be a miserable post game, and who knows what may shake out. And they find a way, like they did last year when they came so close to making the playoffs. So in those games down the stretch, they found ways to come back late and pull points out of games that maybe they didn't deserve to or they were unlikely to. And perhaps this can kickstart them in the similar direction. 2 goals late to tie, win it in overtime. All of a sudden, they jump up to be tied with Buffalo and are still ahead of the Montreal Canadiens. They start looking up, trying to get over top of Ottawa. It's amazing how clustered it is at the bottom of the Atlantic. You can get to the top of that pile where Ottawa or Detroit is, trying to track down Tampa. It feels so much different than if you're in 7th or 8th. So a gutsy win. It wasn't pretty. They won't love the video session, but they'll love the 2 points, and that's all that matters right now for the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, they love the 2 points. Hopefully stack some wins on top of each other now going forward. Well, another theme of tonight's game was goaltending or lack thereof. Not as crazy as the Colorado Avalanche's net mining situation, but both of these teams have cycled through who's in net.
If you don't have good goaltending, it's almost impossible to win. You don't have to have great goaltending, but you have to have good goaltending. And the fact of the matter is, the Detroit Red Wings were 30 games into the season, roughly. Detroit has used 4 goaltenders, right? With Kosa getting his first win and playing time in this game. And the Buffalo Sabres, they've used 3. James Reimer is also new to the team because Devin Levi wasn't getting it done with UPL. And tonight, Husso started for Detroit. His numbers have not been good this year. He did not play well in this game. Kosa was pretty decent in coming off the bench, but still not great goaltending. I think this is the one area that both teams need to clean up, to stabilize, to get a consistent level of performance, to have any chance of start trying to climb up the standings and maybe get near the playoffs. You can't do that when you're going 3-4 goaltenders deep. It's just too hard. They need better health. Cam Talbot, Alex Lyon, get healthy, get back in it. And UPL, he can't play every single game. James Reimer wasn't particularly good in this one tonight. Without good goaltending, neither of these teams has a chance to make the playoffs.
You know, the offense is there. You score 5, you score 6. You just got to get that net.
Got to keep them out, though.
Back end. Exactly. Got to keep them out and have the full team effort. Well, it's hard to make a better first impression with a new team than what Patrick Laine is doing with the Canadiens. 3 goals in his first 4 games. We'll check out his latest work when we return.
Showcase Saturday. Young game breakers flex their skills when Connor Bedard and Jack Hughes go head-to-head.
In front, he scores!
Blackhawks, Devils, Saturday, 1 Eastern on NHL Network Showcase. The wait is almost over.
This crowd is ready for hockey.
The world's best players take the ice to compete for their country. International Best on Best Hockey comes to Boston as Bruins stars Brad Marchand of Team Canada and Charlie McAvoy of Team USA compete to see which hockey nation will reign. Canada, Finland, Sweden, USA. The Four Nations face-off. Get your tickets today.
The Ducks are expected to probably play more aggressively on a night-to-night basis from here on forward because they have a new acquisition. Of course, the big news Friday was Jacob Trouba coming over from the New York Rangers. He makes his Duck debut here this evening.
And the Canadians go to the power play. Wayne Hudson takes a pass. Suzuki. Slafkovsky flings it wide. And agrees the point. Great hustle by Hudson. Suzuki. Right out.
Link wide for Troy Terry, who joins the rush. Terry, great pass over, better save by Montembeault. Rebound, score as Terry follows it up, and the Ducks have tied the game.
Oh, what a great pass. Montembeault makes a superb stop on Cam Fowler. Troy Terry goes right down the middle of the ice after he makes that pass, and the puck just finds him.
So the Ducks get that first power play unit back out there. Killorn with it again. Matheson goes down and throws it into the net. Terry was there. The Ducks have a 2-1 lead.
Alex Killorn is having a real good night, and he makes a great play here to just slip that puck down to Troy Terry.
Troy Terry. They score! The Canadians respond. Seconds later, they come right back. Kirby Dach, 11 seconds later, ties it up.
Gudas in the neutral zone, disrupts it, and now Dvorak is in, goes backhand. And he's denied by Dostal.
He's the backbone here at Anaheim.
Dach moves it deeper in the zone. Slafkovsky right off the bar.
From behind the net again. He set up Dach earlier on a miscue in this period.
Defended by Lane Hudson, and now Newhook can't get out. Strome a good play. Terry in front. On the Toronto.
Fowler skates it across the zone. Now to Terry. Terry brings it to the slot, hit the goal post.
That's the second crossbar that Troy Terry has hit in this game.
Cole Caulfield is 0 for 1 this season. 17 goals to lead Montreal in the 2-hole. Stutter step up. Troy Terry is 1 for 1 in the shootout this season. He has dominated the game. And he misses that one. Montembeault gets a piece of it. The Canadians win in the shootout.
Sam Montembeault stopped 27 of 29 shots he faced on Monday, plus both of Anaheim's attempts in the shootout for his 9th win of the season. 8 of Montembeault's 9 wins have come at the Bell Center, where he has posted a .913 save percentage in 16 games. What a game and what a start for Patrik Laine in Montreal, back on the ice. He's doing big things and the crowd's loving it.
It's been a long time since he's played games, but the one thing great shooters can do is always shoot the puck. So Patrik Laine will talk about he got to get his legs moving, he feels rusty, he doesn't feel right. Well, he can certainly shoot the puck, and 3 power play goals to start his time with the Montreal Canadiens, all from the same spot. Get him the puck over there on the off wing, around the face-off circle, whether it's a one-timer, whether it's a catch and release. He wants to go blocker side, he wants to go glove side, you name it. He has all the shots, and that is one thing that never goes away. And then you talk about the love affair. He scores a goal in the shootout, and it is rare where a fan base embraces a new player to the degree which Montreal has embraced Patrik Laine. I think it's so important for him, given the stuff he's been through, to feel comfortable and supported, and he's absolutely that. Reminds me when I played with Alex Kovalev in Montreal. Same kind of player, immensely talented that the fan base just loves. He's the kind of guy the people of Montreal can get behind because they love speed and skill and swagger, and Laine has all of that, including one of the best shots still in the world.
Well, Swagger on and off the ice. Have you seen his arrival outfit?
He doesn't mess around with the clothes, no.
He doesn't mess around either. Yeah, we may need to get his stylist number. All right, well, how about Troy Terry? He's doing big things for the Anaheim Ducks, scored their 2 goals in Montreal. How good has he been for that squad?
Well, Troy Terry's got to get going. He's a very talented player, one of their best offensive players. He was coming into this game 0 goals in his last 9 games. He's too good to put up those kind of numbers, and he put on a show against Montreal. He was all over the offensive zone, all over the puck. He scored both goals, as you mentioned. He rang the crossbar in overtime. He undressed Montembeault and just happened to miss the net in the shootout. That's the Troy Terry that Anaheim needs. That's the guy that has to drive that offense forward. In many ways, he might be their best offensive player. He might be their best forward all around. He's got to play that way consistently. A huge step. Had a big game last game, another big game against Montreal. Maybe this gets the ball rolling where he gets more consistent production in his game because the Ducks need him to be that good.
I'm sure they're not happy after that shootout loss, but hey, they'll take the one of the possible 2 points on the road in a very tough environment at the Bell Center. Time now for your top shelf plays of the night.
Larkin ties him up. Loose puck for DeBrincat. Larkin got it to DeBrincat. DeBrincat right to the front of the net. Oh. He scores! A beautiful goal. Alex DeBrincat stays red hot.
Sets up a 2-on-1. Here's a pass to DeBrincat. And James Reimer somehow got a piece of that one.
Reimer, nice job at keeping that blocker up in the air.
Great hustle by Hudson Suzuki. Right out.
Thompson, great pass, cross ice, good speed, back to Thompson, scores! Zucker finds Thompson, Sabres tie the game at 2.
Bedard with Hall, Connor Bedard, Hall, touch-in, scores! Taylor Hall, what a game, is he having or what?
Gains the zone for Zucker, getting underneath, shot, scores! Zucker second of the game, 5-3 Buffalo.
All right, players only. I've never liked someone that beat me up more in my life.
Those are 2 tough matchups. The group's pretty excited right now.
I've got a brother that doesn't take it easy on me.
Yeah. Pre-game with the players before the pucks drop. NHL Now, weekdays 5 Eastern on NHL Network.
It will always bring us together. It might even surprise us. But more often than not, it's a belief that no matter where you are, it's with you.
It's been a busy week of trades, and we have another to add between the Avalanche and the Sharks. Mackenzie Blackwood is on the move to Colorado with Giovanni Smith and a 5th rounder, while San Jose acquires Alexander Georgiev, Nikolai Kovalenko, and a pair of picks in return. So, Mike, it's been that goaltending carousel for the Avs all season long, already making a move a few weeks ago to acquire Scott Wedgwood, and now they add Blackwood to the mix.
Yeah, I mean, Colorado had to do something. Their goaltending just was not getting the job done. So we break down this trade. You keep this board on here for real quick. Think about Mackenzie Blackwood. You're basically trading for Kovalenko. He's a pretty good prospect. You're getting a pretty good goaltender. That's a swap. And then to take Georgiev's contract, that's what the draft picks are for. The sweetener to take Georgiev's contract off the books for Colorado. That's why there's a very steep price to pay. 4 different pieces going to San Jose to give a goaltender that Colorado thinks can give them better goaltending than what they've been getting, which he will. So San Jose continue to build young talent, more picks, another goalie that maybe can work with Askarov and have a good relationship with him in the short term. And then Colorado, this is the story, because Colorado is not going to wait around. They've already changed both their goaltenders, right? It was Annunen and it was Georgiev. Now it's Wedgwood and Mackenzie Blackwood. And so they decided, we're not getting it done, and the stats prove that they weren't. Worst save percentage in the entire NHL for the Colorado Avalanche. And as good as Colorado's offense has been, not even the Avalanche can win consistently as much as they need to in the tough Central Division without average goaltending. They don't need the best goaltending in the world. They just need average. And over the last couple of years, Mackenzie Blackwood, when finally healthy in San Jose, even though the goals against and the wins are not great because San Jose is not great, his goal save above expected have been positive, meaning he's done more than an average goaltender would do 2 years in a row now. If he does just that for Colorado, that'll be more than enough for the Avalanche to go on a roll and go deep. Remember, they won a Stanley Cup with Darcy Kemper not playing great, Conn Smythe-worthy, but he was just solid. And that's what they need, and that's what they went to get Mackenzie Blackwood to do. I think it's a smart one. When I surveyed the league, even a few weeks ago, and you're talking about Colorado, like they have to make a change. They have to find someone else to shore up their goaltending. Mackenzie Blackwood was always an attractive option. 1-year deal, expiring contract. You knew San Jose was going to be in the market to trade him because they are rebuilding. That's why they signed him, so they could trade him. And they would be willing to do it early. and he does not make a lot of money, which makes him that much more attractive.
That much sweeter.
For the Colorado Avalanche and teams that are near the cap. So it makes a lot of sense on a lot of different levels.
Well, time now for our 3 stars of the night. Mo Seider is our 3rd star, notching an assist and the game-tying goal late in the 3rd period for Detroit. Our 2nd star goes out to Taylor Hall, who scored the game winner for the Blackhawks. And our 1st star, Anders Sorensen, earned his first win as an NHL head coach as Chicago beat New York.
As Weeksy says, welcome to the National.
Interim head coach, our 1st star of the night. Mike, this was fun. Thanks for hanging out with us on the fly. NHL fans, will leave you now with the best from Monday.
You think that guy's good looking? Good heavens.
Well, he's got this building in this town electrified right now.
Just keep waving to anyone in particular.
Nice job with keeping that blocker up in the air.
Hakuna Matata, that's the way I look at it. Be prepared for a rough ride.
What a game! Is he out there or what?
Troy Terry's just going to clean this up.
That rebound pops right back out in front of the net. You got to love the poise and the swagger.
This crowd is back into it quickly.
Rebound, they score! He's got 2 goals, Andrew Copp.
Here's a look at the top 10 plays from the past week.
Rodriguez and Mikkola in the first. Reinhart in front, Barkov, oh, what a goal! That one counts, and it's 3-zip now.
How pretty is that? Didn't get it to Reinhart in front. And this is what I love about Sam Reinhart. So he knows exactly what he's going to do with that puck once it's even get past to him.
This has been one of the better overtimes. Hughes checks, gets the puck back, cuts left. Hughes centers, Garland scores! Connor Garland on the backhand, and the Canucks win in Buffalo.
That is dangerous when you have Quinn Hughes able to dance. Oh, legs! Come on, Connor Garland. He gives you the Sidney Crosby bank for it.
Intercepted by Kaprizov, and the Wild have numbers at the Hawk line. Kaprizov sends it across. Johansson to Rossi. He scores!
Oh my goodness, something out of nothing. Kirill Kaprizov with this pass. And while they're proving that they can make something out of nothing with a pretty passing play off the rush.
They've been struggling here on home ice by their standards. And here comes Hagel in. Hagel in! Scores! Brandon Hagel with his 2nd goal in less than a minute.
This is one of the most unsung aspects of Brandon Hagel's game. He is a dog on a bone where the puck is concerned. He's a great puck hunter.
Thomas slipped away by connecting, throws it ahead, and Michkov has the game on his stick. Michkov in on goal! He scores! Match day magic in overtime yet again! He got a race to 3-on-3. Michkov again in extra time. And what a play by Konechny to get him the puck.
Marner's away on the left wing. Matthews trailing. Marner drops for Matthews. Makes a move and scores! Holy mackerel, what a play! Austin Matthews has the Leafs in front, 2-1.
Marner's got 2 guys with him, just delay. And this is a quick move that Matthews just loses it at the last second.
Blocked down high by Forster, who's now after the puck in center. He pokes it, gets to it, Fox gets to it, he centers it in front, they score! Spectacular setup by Forster, and the Flyers have a 1-0 lead.
Get in the shooting lane and then win a battle against Fox and get it to the net. Brink finishes the rest.
Monahan plays it across, return pass to Johnson, and a big save by Mrazek as he sprawls across to grab that with the glove.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I thought it was in.
Oh, what a save. The fans, they're delayed in knowing where that puck was, and now they're finally on their feet right here. I mean, this is just brilliant. This is unbelievable right here.
Hughes, left wing to center for Patterson. One-on-one with Seider to the Red Wings line. Makes a move, high slot. Drops left circle. DeBrusk shoots. He scores! Jake DeBrusk wins it with the hat-trick goal.
Wow. DeBrusk tickling the post. What a shot. He's been hot since he went back to Boston. Sorry to the Beast fan. What a shot. That's fadeaway, barred down by Jake DeBrusk for the Hattie.
Bounces one and it catches up to Marchment, who's in. Spin, scores! Oh my goodness! That was beautiful!
Mason Marchment is 10th in the season. Are you kidding me? Watch this play. He gets underneath Josh Morrissey, outstanding defenseman. There's nothing else Morrissey could do. No. But Marchment backs him down into the paint like Shaq. That looks like a young Shaq in Orlando. Are you kidding me? And then the Are You Not Entertained Selly. Oh my goodness, is that sweet.